so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. I don't think so. No, 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 no. I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. Oh, no.
Hello, fellow deplorables. Welcome to Straight Out of the Basket, where I take a common sense look at a world that seems increasingly absent of any sense at all. Have you guys seen the video Kamala Harris posted for her disappointed supporters? If not, I highly suggest you do, because it is a superlative clinic on how to deliver absolute bullshit, a total masterpiece of verbal nonsense, so void of anything worth expressing, it may go down in history as the worst message ever after a political defeat. Her handlers would have been wise to recruit a more competent communicator. Anything would have been easier to swallow than the nothing burger she served up.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen.
Seriously? Be warned, sitting through her simple-minded diatribe of inanity takes some serious willpower. After all, she is the princess of platitudes. But it does shed light on one of the reasons voters turned away from her. Because you can't win an election by regurgitating cliché phrases we've heard 1,000 times before. Drop the redundant remarks. She's basically a broken record. How many times can you talk about people's power, their incredible work ethic, or their love for America?
Nope, a nope, a nope, a nope, definitely nope.
Excuse me, Kamala. You do realize that a large number of progressives see America in a negative light, right? You know, colonialism, racism, misogyny, and a dark history of greed and oppression. Yet here you are claiming your supporters love America? One highlight from her ridiculous message was encouraging supporters to continue to fight for their freedom, as if their freedoms are somehow at greater risk under a Trump presidency. This from a candidate that would have trampled on our right to free speech, our right to bear arms, and women's right to athletic fairness and private spaces. I won't even mention parental rights, which have gone straight out the window. Biden spilled the beans on that one when he said they're our kids. No, they're not. He shouldn't even be allowed around kids.
Oh, no.
Naturally, Kamala had to pull emotional strings by talking about lifting people up and empowering them, as if she were a motivational speaker. The American people don't need a therapist. They need a leader the world will respect, and that won't be achieved by a president that lectures other cultures about things like climate change and LGBTQ rights, especially developing countries that have much bigger problems to worry about, like raising their citizens out of abject poverty, for God's sake.
Nope, a nope, a nope, a nope, definitely nope.
One of the laughable statements she made was that her campaign raised $1.4 billion from grassroots supporters. Liberals love to say grassroots. It sounds so green and organic. Grassroots supporters, eh? Tell that to Reid Hoffman, Sheryl Sandberg, George Soros, Melinda Gates, Michael Bloomberg, and the other billionaires that gave big dollars to your pitiful campaign. I like to call them magic bucks because of their ability to disappear in a puff of smoke. I'd call that pretty magical money, the likes of which would make David Copperfield green with envy. No Kamala Harris speech would be complete without mentioning the dreams and aspirations of the American people, which was forced down our throats throughout her ineffective campaign. Every speech, every interview, every town hall and podcast. You'd think those things were exclusive to America. Who knows? Maybe they were New World discoveries like tobacco and potatoes. Kamala's speech was undeniably condescending and offensive, speaking to her supporters like children. Really gullible ones.
Nope, a nope, a nope, a nope, definitely nope.
If nothing else, what we did learn from Kamala's message is that she remains a victim of her own intellectual limitations and political vacuity, weaknesses that have been further exposed in her political postmortem. My advice to our Vice President as she prepares to hit the door? Just fade away into political obscurity. You can always make speeches to woke universities and corporations. The Clintons and Obamas have been milking that cash cow for years. Just imagine all those cold hands on the udders of higher education and corporate America. Chilling indeed.
I don't think so. No, 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 no. Maybe someday you'll have it your way. Maybe someday it'll all work out. Until then, nope, a nope, a nope, a nope.